For this video, I'm going to go over Shop Project 5 and probably 6 and 7. So, let's see. Looking at this here, got given information of 24 inches, obviously, so that's C. And then went ahead and figured out the step ahead, which is 12 times 0.414, and added that to C. And I got D, right? And then took that answer I got for D and added the step ahead one more time to get I. Alright, so I had all three of those then. And then went ahead and took 5 foot 4 inches, subtracted 24, subtracted 11, and then I got A. Right? Oh, and by the way, the step ahead here would be letter X on this particular problem. And then once I had A, I could go ahead and subtract the step ahead, get F. Take what I got for F, subtract the step ahead, which is X, right? One more time and get G. And then having our equal spread offsets, all these guys are going to be the same. And so you take 11 times 1.414, and then that's what you'd get for these. It'd be all the same, right? Alright, so that is done. I'm coming over here to 6. This one here, we had something a little different, but nothing that we couldn't handle. So let's see. So we got, let's see, what did I do first? Went ahead, obviously, okay, it's right there with the given stuff. And then I figured out went ahead and just figured out the step ahead, which was X. Subtracted that X from B, got A. Okay. And then moving up here, we got 1 foot 4.5 inches is our offset, right? And it also equals our advance. So take that 1 foot 4.5 times 1.414, and I get D and C. They'll be the same, right? Because this spread is the same. They're parallel after the change, after the offset, and there you go. So let's see what else. And they were parallel beforehand and they're parallel after, and so then for let's see, going up here we get G. So for G, what I did was took the 6 foot 6 3/4 inches minus 3 foot minus this 1 foot 4.5, because A and O are equal in a 45-degree triangle, right? So it got me right to there, and that gave me G. And then let's see, I think I got these three to go. So for H, went ahead and took 5 foot 7.5, right? Subtract out that 1 foot 4.5, and it gives you H. And then take H and subtract out 24 inches, and that gives you F, right? Now for E, you take this 6 foot 6 3/4 inches, subtract out the 3 foot, all right? Subtract out. Oh, I'm sorry. No, okay. So you take that. Start over again. 6 foot 6 3/4 inches. Subtract out A. Subtract out this 1 foot 4.5 inches. Right. That gets you to there. And then subtract out 24 inches. Brings you to the top of it. And then what's left over is E. So that's that one. I'm moving on to 7. And let's see. Here's what I got for 6 right here. Excuse me. So those are my answers for that one. Then for 7, it's helpful to call this here in chapter 4, page 85, figure 4-27. Look in here, you get these dimensions and stuff, and this formula. It doesn't all come out the same with the same letters and stuff from what they give you, but it's definitely the basis. We're starting off on this here. So for 7, what I did was I took r, which was little r, which is radius, plus d, I put d for distance, whatever, and so that was 2 inches, right? So that ended up being 8.5 inches out to there. Now this is a 45-degree triangle right here, as you can see, and this is also a 45-degree triangle, and this is a big 45-degree triangle. So A equals O, right? A equals O, right? These two triangles are the same. They can be flip-flopped, right? You could put this point down here, and keeping this the same, this line the same. You could take that and fold that up here, and it would be the same. So going from that, you know that A equals O, 8.5 inches times 2 is 17 inches. That gets you from here to there. Now take 2.5 times 1.414 and add that number to 17 inches. And what did I get for that? That's what I got from, and that gives you B. Right? And so 2.5 times 1.414 equals T1, right? So there you go, there's that. And then moving forward, so they wanted to know what O equaled. Now O, again looking at this 45-degree triangle, is a travel piece, and this is offset and advance, right? So you take R, 8.5 inches times 1.414, and that'll give you O. Okay, and then that actually O, looking at this, is a triangle here, would be here, and so you could double check these numbers. You know, you could take O and then multiply that by 1.414. But if you start doing that, you're gonna, you know, it starts varying by 1/16 of an inch, and then you start, you know, screwing around with it. But anyways, you know, just I would stick with 1, and if you get within a 1/16 when you're double checking it, that's, like I say, that's good, right? Or an 1/8 even on some of them. But I try to stay within a 1/16. So anyhow, depending on how my math is, sometimes it's not. But let's see. So took care of that side. Took care of O and R. Coming over to this side here, we got C. Reaches down to there. And so we know that this is 17 inches, right? And then we would take, because that's, right, offset and advance are the same. There's a travel piece there, but so we would go ahead and take that 17 inches, set that number aside, then we take this 3.5 inches, multiply it by 1.414, and that number we subtract from the 17 inches, and then we'll get C. This is 17 here, and we're going to subtract out this piece right here, which is 3.5 times 1.414, which is T2. And that's what I got for T2, 4 15/16. And so then, let's see, went ahead and took, so to get these guys here, A and D, what I did was, so for B, I took that and multiplied it by 0.707, right? And that gave me this number here, here to here. Okay, and then subtracted that number from 22, and it gave me A. So B times 7 times 0.707, right, gives you this. Subtract that from 22, it gives you A. And so I did the same thing here. C times 0.707 gives you that. There to there. Subtract that out from 23 and it gives you D. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and put 8 and 9 on another video so it doesn't run too long. Again, if you caught something that I missed or didn't explain well enough, or maybe you got something wrong, let me know. I'd appreciate it. And thanks again for watching.